Awesome, guys. Welcome back to session four. And today we have Harjot with us, one of our co founders at Zayo, and he's basically here to make an announcement with regards to marketing at Zayo, right? We know that all of you have, pretty much become part of our family over the past few months, and we have a little bit of a long way to go still. And we want to acknowledge every one of you who has made it this far. We know it's not easy to program and to push through all like this. And basically, I'll just leave the announcement to Harjot. It's just some sort of form of recognition for all of you.
Awesome. Thanks, Akhil. I'm just gonna switch on my video so that you know that I'm a real person, so you can see me.
Awesome.
I know it's gonna be like internet issue. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So Akhil and Asif have been talking about everyone here, and I'm super excited to see everyone. You have no idea how much Akhil and Asif talk about you all. I'm actually very excited to be in this call today. Um, you guys have come a long way, and there's still I think a few months more to go, and I can see a very bright future for everyone over here. You guys have done a fantastic job. So the amount of things that Asif and Akhil talk about you, it's unbelievable. So well done, guys. Keep it up, keep pushing. The future's bright for you all.
Wait.
So
Sorry, Harjot. I just want to interrupt you for a second there. So, guys,
yeah.
just to give you a little context, Harjot is the guy who brings companies to Zayo. So, each and every one of you here, if you impress Harjot, your chances of getting a job are higher. So, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, yeah, let's try. Let's see who can impress me with the thing I have today. So we're doing a marketing campaign. We need content for social media, our website. We want to put everyone's face out there on our website so that people can see what you're actually doing. This basically increases your chances of getting better opportunities with our companies, and that's one of the reasons we're doing this. So I need a few things from you guys, so things like pictures, videos. I'll actually send a message after this, but if you can send me those things, I'd like to use that in the website and in our social media. So I think that's pretty much, yeah, in terms of what I need for marketing and for be on our website, be exposed to our company, partner company. It's just going to increase the chances of you getting a better job, better opportunities at the end of the program. So I'm super keen to see what type of content we'll be creating. I'll actually send a summary of things that we need, but let me take you through what exactly I need. So firstly, I need a picture of yourself, like a headshot. So anyone can, you can take a selfie and send it, that's completely fine. And then maybe some pictures of yourself coding to show that you to show our clients that our students are actually coding real time, they're using Zoom. So I don't know, get someone to take a picture of yourself, maybe take a selfie of you coding something. If you
Attending
can
the
send
morning
me those
stand-up.
things. And then sorry.
Attending the morning stand-up, you can get someone to take a picture of you doing that.
Yeah, that would be super cool, like daily activities. And then I also want a testimonial from you, from almost everyone, about what you feel about this program. How has it created an impact in your life? Would you actually recommend it to someone? Because not only we're trying to create an impact here, right? We want everyone to be successful in life. So the more people we get into this program, the better. So if you can share your experiences through a small text, or you can just take a video of yourself, just talking about your experience, the impact the program is creating in your life, how exactly will someone how will someone benefit from this program? That will be fantastic. And then I've got one more thing. Um, so I'd like to see what exactly do you do during the whole day during this program. So when you wake up in the morning, how do you start feeling? How does it being in a Zayo program? So if you can capture video more yourself coding, yourself being in a stand-up, how how does your to our clients and as well as other future prospective students? Sanya, that's right. A day in the life of a Zaya student. Correct.
So basically, I spoke about this to Sanya, right, recently, and so Sanya is like my go-to person for whenever I have ideas and stuff. Like me and Sanya have a special connection. But I spoke about this to her, and I want to tell all of you guys about this. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now, right? And th- that link basically explains a kind of the videos we are looking for, right? So this is basically a video about a software engineer intern at India, right? And it's like how they wake up in the morning, and then they go like them traveling to the office, and then the different kind of work they do. Them working in the office. So from you guys, we expect something like you're waking up in the morning, and then you're going like you're making your coffee, your sandwich, getting ready for work, attending your stand up, and then discussing like breaking, like maybe writing some pseudocode in a paper, stuff like that, and then attending webinars, meeting with your colleagues for help, uh just showing how your day would look like. So basically this, we want to create a series called A Day in the Life of a Zaya Student, and we release one of those videos every single week in our social media, so that companies that are in our network can even see that and see how you work, how hardworking you are from the morning till 5 o'clock, how your nine to five day would look like, even though you are not working at the company, but your ethic of working from home even is so strong.
Yeah, because guys, I
So
think
just check that.
remote working is the future, right? And if you're able to clearly communicate, how you're able to work in a disciplined manner from home, you guys will be selling yourselves very well. And of course, before we publish it, we will look at it, we'll edit it nicely, and we'll make sure that it's a killer video that we're putting out there for you guys. So you guys look good, and it's something you guys can share. You can put it on your profiles, and it'll really make you guys look good in front of companies, in front of your community, in front of your people. Um, so I definitely encourage you guys to prioritize this. Maybe I think ideally take this video perhaps during a day where we could be running a webinar maybe. So you could code along like during the day, in the first half of the day you could do some tasks, and then maybe second half of the day we could be running a webinar, and you guys could just take a video saying that I'm just about to enter my webinar, and then maybe during the webinar just a few snippets, I'm currently doing this right now. So it's just sharing your experience and your day.
100%. In terms of editing and stuff, don't worry about that. We got you on that, so you can take like multiple snippets and just add it on the drive. Maybe just say that this is the first video, this is the second video, this is the third video, and we'll do the editing for it. So don't worry about that. And before posting, we'll make sure that you have a look at it, you're fine with it, and we'll go ahead posting on our social media and website.
Yeah, and
Awesome,
one more
guys.
thing is, sorry, I'm just gonna start my video. How I want you guys to be taking your videos is like this, not like this, right? So take it landscape, right? I think that will look better instead of, instead of doing portrait, because when making the video on the side of the phones, like white or black, which you don't want. So take them like this, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does.
Please
Yeah.
type this in the chat if it does. No, if it doesn't. Awesome.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'll drop everyone a message on the group. So Akhil added me into your group. I'll just summarize the things I need from you. If you can get me everything, at least the first 4 things by Friday, that'll be appreciated. That'll be fantastic. I need everything by Friday so that we can get the content edited over the weekend and we're ready for next week. And then Akhil, maybe you can tell me when exactly your webinar is, so that everyone can take like a live video for that.
Sure, man. I think what we could do is we could have a webinar on, I think we can have another one tomorrow. Because this week we've spread it out because we've seen that a lot of people are struggling with Java. So maybe tomorrow we'll do something different. Asif and I have actually planned something. So maybe tomorrow, day after, everyone will extend on the Uber app, and we'll be building like authentication system. So I think in that we can do something cool. Like we can have a portion in the webinar where we just like scream Zayo or something, and then like everyone gets that recorded. That'll be really cool to put you know, in the day, in the a day. Wait, what is it? Life of a student at Zayo. Day in the life of a student from Zayo.
Yeah, a day in the life of a student of Zai. Yeah.
Cool.
Then I think you should also one more thing. I mean, Akhil, I think you can do it, where everyone switches on their video on Zoom, and you record it like for 5 minutes of whenever you're doing that live webinar.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll probably need that snippet as well. But I think that's pretty much, guys. Super excited to see what content you guys produce. And yeah, guys, good luck. Like, you guys are doing fantastic. Good luck with this.
Thank you, man. Harjot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cool. Awesome, guys. That was great. Now I guess we can jump into our session and continue where we left off from. So I'm just going to share my screen. Awesome. Can you guys see my screen? Great. So this is where we left off yesterday, right? We were talking, not yesterday, like just a few hours ago. We were basically assigning the drivers, and we completed, like, this was a bit of a challenge. So we created our database class, right? In our database class, we created our get array by vehicle type method. So we'll take in a vehicle type, and then based on that, we'll return the relevant array of either X drivers or XL drivers. And once that is done, we actually get access to our drivers array over here. Now the next thing, so we've done this. We've read from our CSV. We've created a car object. We've added driver to drivers. Now we'll create a function that'll return a random driver, because now we need to actually assign a driver to this ride, right? So let us actually create a function where we'll somehow return, I mean, we don't have to create a function. We have to just return a random driver, right? So what we can do for that is we have the drivers here, and then we have the length. So with drivers.length, we can get the end of the length of the array, and we can just do length minus 1, and then we'll pick a random number between 0 and the length of that array, and it'll just return that random number to show that that is the driver that has been assigned. All right. So let me find my browser. Let me just open it up again. Cool. So over here, I'm just going to say random. Do you guys know how to do it? Random integer range Java. So there's a math.random that will help us get that random number. So we can try to do that. I think we need to specify a range though. So math.random times extent. Actually, let's just check Stack Overflow. So we can do min. So that would be our minimum value. And then we can do math.random. I think this generates a number between 0 and 1, if I'm not mistaken, like decimal. It returns a decimal number. And then we'll multiply that with the max minus min. So that's the range plus 1. And we'll get an integer. So I think this is what we could do.
Okay, do you want to, instead of doing max minus min, what we can just multiply it with the number we have. Like let's say we have 8 items in the array, so we just multiply it by 8.
Dude, isn't there like a random?
There must be another way. Math dot random. Random is equal to new. I think this is random is equal to new random should be the one, no? Because I remember using random is equal to new random before.
Yeah, you can create a random object using the random class.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say, yeah, that's the one. And then for integers, just say random dot next int, and then that 6 will be the upper bound, I think.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
that's the one.
Let's try that, huh? Awesome. So I think first thing I need to do is import random. I think it's in the Java util library, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to get our x. Our upper bound will basically be drivers dot length minus 1. Why are we doing +5 here? Should we just leave it?
I think that was specifically for that guy's question, I feel.
Yeah. Let's just actually test this out and see what we get, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
Just
let's just test this out real quick in our main method without having to run everything. Where's our Uber app? Uber app. I'm just going to comment everything out for now. Okay, we got an error. That's because there's no drivers. Okay, let's just say 15. Let's see what counts, right? So basically, we just want a random number to generate each time we run the application in our x variable here. So let's see. So we get 11, we get 12, 11, 10, 2. Great, it works. I don't see anything below 0. I don't see anything above 15. Cool. So this definitely works. We can go ahead with this. Let us do this. I'm just gonna Command Z. Cool. So this will be our random index. And once we get that index, we will, it actually didn't even show 15. So does it not include 15? I guess we can assume that I don't think it includes 15, eh?
how many items do we have in our array?
I think we have about 14, 13 items. 12, actually.
But why do so this array is only for drivers, correct? It's only for Excel, right?
Yeah. No, but my question is, does it include the last value as well? In that when it's calculating the random number? Otherwise, that last person in that array will never be chosen then. It's an important thing. App.
Upper bound -1, so it doesn't.
Cool.
So I don't think you. Oh yeah, this is fine. I think what you're saying is fine.
Then what we'll do is we'll just return drivers and random index. So we should get a random driver. So now if we test our app, we know that firstly we're returning a driver type over here, which means we also need to update our ride class. We know that we have to return a driver over here. And if we go back to our Uber ride, we are returning the driver and we are calling that function in our Uber app over here, down here, assign driver. So now what we can do is we can see driver, assigned driver. And let us do system.out.println assigned driver has to basically be assigned driver. Yeah, so let's see that. I'm gonna make that. Go to arrow. Okay, I think I have to, because I am using the string as well, I think it was throwing an issue. Whoa. Oh, the variable has been named wrong. Okay. And it compiled. Okay, so we can remove all this garbage, and we see that the assigned driver is Londolani, right? So this is good. This is working. Now we just need to just clean up our class wherever we're printing out these statements. We can remove that for now. Yeah, I think we don't need that line anymore. I'll just comment that out. Need here. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Cool. So we're done. Okay. And if I run this again, let's see what we get. Oh, we're still printing. Oh, that's because we're printing the array in our Uber Ride class. I think we can remove that as well. Cool. So you can see if you want to get from UCT to UWC with X type, it will, what is this value?
That's the distance, but we have to. But I think you can uncomment it out somewhere. I think we're doing it on calculated distance.
Yeah, there we go. Oh no, distance is, I think distance is important. By the way, let's also just add kilometers because it's in kilometers, right? And cost is here, so we need
Check the get. Check the get request because I think this is happening in get request. I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe it's in this thing, retrieve distance. There we go. We don't need that anymore. I'll just comment that out. So I think our app is looking pretty clean now. Before we move on to the last section. Cool, let's just make that one more time. So when we run the file, if we want to get from UCT to UWC with an X, the distance is that. The cost is, let's also just really quick, just add this over here. It's going to cost 255 Rand. And then the assigned driver is Yusuf Hendricks. And I think we can just change the toString method.
Function.
Or we can just put,
you can put the car.
Well, we need to also put the car, right? So the assigned driver, and then we can also just put the car that's been assigned. So I think where we're assigning the driver, where are we doing that print statement? I think we were doing it in our Uber app, right? So I think we can just do assign driver dot, let's just check our driver class, and we can just get the name. Oh, but I think driver is a subclass of person, right? So if I try to access get name, it should work, right, Asif?
Yeah, it should work because
superclass.
When you do inheritance, all the functions and instance variables of superclasses are then also inherited by the subclass.
Great. Let's test it out. So we're going to say the assigned driver will be assigned driver dot get surname, right? So that's our assigned driver, and then we also need to put our assigned car, right? And how would we get the assigned car now? So from our driver we can get car, right? And once we get car, let's check our car class. we can get vehicle. So let's get the vehicle model and the vehicle. What's the toString doing? Yeah, we can just,
Yeah, it is getting the
let's
model
just do toString, right?
and the color. Yeah, toString is fine.
So if I just say get car, will it just directly print out the toString as well?
Yeah, I could. No, you have to do dot get car. Yes, it should. It should.
Let's see.
Let's try.
Oh, sorry. Oh, why didn't our art come in the cost is firstly?
There is a error because you put make there.
Oh, sorry. Cool. Great. So the assigned driver, we get the assigned driver, and then we get the assigned car, the car color with the number plate. So this is awesome, guys. Our app has pulled through. Now, the last thing that we need to do finally is to deduct payments, right? So like once the ride is complete, we should probably just print a message saying, like in the payment method, we can have a message saying your ride is complete, money deducted from driver, and then money added to whatever account, to passenger account. So let's do some planning. How would we go about this? How would we go about creating the uh, payment method? So if we go back to Uber Ride, we have our complete payment method. So I think we should have a payments class as well, similar to this. What are you guys thinking? How can we go about completing the payment? Any ideas in the chat? There's multiple ways to do this.
Complete payment. Actually, before I say anything, I would like everyone else in the, to unmute themselves and maybe say if they know anything.
Well, shouldn't we first see with like which method of payment we're going to be using? So like, shouldn't we be able to select like whether you're going to be paying with your credit card or if you're going to be paying with it cash? Because if you're paying with cash, you wouldn't need to like do any payment like online. You just give the driver the cash.
That's true, huh?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like for this instance, we're just trying to make it like on let's assume it's card, right? And the card has already been put in. We just want to deduct a few numbers from one account to the other. Antifest, you have anything to say?
Yeah, I was saying maybe from the passenger, we can just get the like subtract. So we have the cost. We can just from passenger's account just subtract the cost and then add that to driver somehow. So basically, just have a method that is gonna take money from like if they have enough money from passenger, and then add that whatever that amount is to driver.
Exactly, right. So we would be retrieving the instance variable. So you remember they have a cache instance variable for a reason. So we can and the cache has been assigned for the driver and for the passenger, right? And then we can just deduct from that instance variable, right? So we have to use a getter to get the cache, and we have to use setter to set the new cache. Does that make sense?
I'm just going to say your ride is complete and then processing payment. So let us do this. Let us actually plan this out. So let's break it down step by step, right? So the first thing that we need to do is instantiate the payment object, right? And
Akhil,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to create any payment object or payment class here. We can just create a complete payment function that takes in the driver object, in the passenger object, and then you put the amount that we transfer from one account to the other. So you don't need to do any objects over here. You can just make a simple function and can be a void as well, which is fine.
But I'm thinking that, like, how would they be able to do this, like, if we're using like a third-party payment service like Peach Payments? See my chat. So it
Uh,
could be like some sort
for
of
Peach
scalable
Payments.
element. Yeah. So if they were supposed to do some integration stuff, right? So with Peach Payments, like a third-party payment API service, I think it makes sense to create a payments class. And in that payments class, we can take in two objects in the constructor, the driver and the passenger, right? And then that is where they would do, like, you know, any auth keys and stuff could be set up in that constructor there. And then we could just use
Okay.
the functions in that class to complete the payment. What do you say?
Yeah, even that's possible for to just for simplicity's sake over here. But any option can work, to be honest.
Yeah. So what should we do? Should we just directly do it here, or should we create a payment class?
Let's get the class to answer that question.
Cool. So guys, please select which option you'd like to use. Payment class, or we could just directly do the computation in this method here, complete payment. Please drop your choice in the chat. Lunwabo says directly in function, not understanding the class version. And computation method. Okay, so I think let's just go with the method, all right? Cool. So like, how do we do this? Should we have, so this void method is just going to take in two parameters, the driver and then the passenger, right? And then we have to just do two things, right? Add money to driver, deduct money, what? Deduct money from passenger, right?
Akhil, I think your function should even take in the amount that's to be deducted by it. The price of the cost of the trip, basically.
Okay.
So it should be in the same function itself.
But we have access to price.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what we'll do is is it driver.cache? Oh wait, we have to set cache, right? First we have to get
set cache.
First we have to get cache. So int driver account.
It's double, I think.
Oh, it's double. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Double driver account, and then we have to just do get, driver.get. Let's just check our driver class again. Oh, actually, we put that in the person class, right? Get cache.
Yeah. But because it's inheriting, it'll work.
Awesome.
Power of inheritance.
Power of inheritance, eh? Cool. So we're gonna get our cache, and then we have to just do driver.set cache, and we are going to use our driver. I'm just gonna say driver balance, and we're gonna set cache to driver balance plus this dot price.
Yeah.
Are we setting this dot price in our method? I remember setting it, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So we're gonna set the cache, and then we have to do something similar with the passenger, right? So
yeah,
passenger.get cache, and then we're gonna set cache passenger balance minus price. Now, like if we shouldn't, like the ride shouldn't be processed if the cash is below a certain price level. But I mean, you could always add those validation checks later. Okay, so what is the issue? Oh yeah, we added a signature. So we need to update our abstract clause. So now, like by the end of this app, if we're like, okay, now let's also just create some kind of different app like Taxify and just reuse this code. It'll be so easy. Complete payment in ride does not override, but I just added. Did I save the clause? Oh, sorry, I changed the wrong thing. So it's in complete payment. Make. And awesome. I think that's it. Now I think let's just add some print statements. In our Uber ride class, we can say, so we can say updating system.out.println updating driver balance. I'm just going to say driver balance. Get cash.
You said driver or get cash. Because that's a new, not driver balance, right?
Oh yeah,
that's a new one now.
Correct. And then we do the same thing here. Updating passenger. So let me just say adding
this dot price.
Yeah, this dot price. Driver account bal. Awesome. Deducting this dot price from passenger account passenger dot get cash, right? So let's run this. So you can see from UCT to the AWC, it is what's up?
It's not working.
Damn, that took a while. Because I think it was fetching data from the CSV. It was assigning the driver. And then your ride is complete processing payment.
I think why is fetching okay, why is fetching data? Let's put a message saying fetching drive, finding your driver. Let's do that.
Over here.
While after the cost is printed, just print out while it's fetching the data CSV. Just say finding your driver. And put dot.
Let me just add a escape character. We forgot to complete the payment. We forgot to add the complete payment thing. So in our Uber app, we're just going to complete the payment. And we just need to send in the driver from here. So the assigned driver and passenger is basically Lonwabo we created up here. Okay. Let's go. Let's run this. Finding your driver, Kawe, G-Wagon, your ride is complete processing payment, adding that to driver account account balance is that, and deducting from passenger account. Whoa,
Something's off.
yeah. No, I think account balance for this was fine. Like for the driver account, it's fine. So let's just check our file over here. Looking for Kawe, and yeah, 9,000. So it added 9,255. But in the deducting did not work. The passenger account that we initially create over here has 12,000, and I don't know why that didn't work. Let's see. If I just do 0.00, hope that makes a difference. Okay, so deducting passenger balance, we're doing passenger.get cash, and then we're doing passenger balance minus this dot price.
Are you driver or set cash? Why? Does the passenger set cash? Okay.
Oh yeah, good one. Cash. Cool. Is this issue because we are passing in? Oh, because cash is int. Okay, my bad. So that's the cool thing about Java. Like you can't, like because we've set that to int, it'll throw an error if we try to put double. So that's good. That's really good. Awesome. This is great. Looks like it worked. So I think when we're just one last check over here to just make that int so it's a bit neater. And that's it, right? We're done with our Uber app. Did we miss anything, Asif?
No, I think we've got everything. Yeah, I mean, like there are limitations to the app, right? Like you can't, yeah, because now you have to update the driver's account in the CSV and all that nonsense. Like we can't do that because there are better ways of doing it, right? Like you can use like something called Firebase database or SQL database that we're going to learn about, and it's much more easier to do that in JavaScript compared to Java. So for now, you guys would like if you can build this or something similar to this with Java, I think you're good to go, and you basically know your OOP well. And it's easy now. Basically, when you go to a company to like, they might give some Java tasks, you'll be able to do it, right? So yeah, so this is the level you expect you to be able to create projects in Java, and nothing more complex than this, right? Um, and yeah, I mean, if you guys have okay, let's test everything one more time. Everything is working.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let me make clean and make again. So it's compiling all our files. You can see our project got kind of big. I have quite a few files. It's compiling everything. And then
And you can see that's the reason why make files are cool. Like you don't have to compile everything one by one.
cool. So welcome to Uber app. Oh yeah, sorry. The app, we should actually allow the user to enter. So
Location.
let's just change this.
And please comment out driver Sam because we're not using that person anymore.
That's true. I can just delete it. And we're not using the BMW as well. Where are we passing Sam? Here.
Override, yeah. I think you have to put in driver there.
We don't need a driver, right, to start an Uber ride. We don't need to initialize a driver.
Yeah, I think we have changed our constructor.
Yeah, so let's just go back to the constructor real quick. In Uber ride, we don't need to pass in a driver. But I don't know, like, let's see if this works. I'll just initialize, I'll just leave this here. Let's see what happens.
Now I think we will need this for driver. Wait, because this is going to be initialized later on. Just leave it as empty, I think.
So do I initialize it here? Let me just say no. We might get a few issues. Oh, we don't need Sam anymore. Cool. Let's run the app. Current starting location ECT, PWC, X. Distance, we got the distance, and then null pointer exception when we're calculating the cost in Uber Ride. So in Uber Ride, when we're calculating the cost, I think we are actually we're using this driver.
So I think the driver must be assigned first then, right? And then calculate.
That's what we did. Let's see here. Yeah, we assign the driver. I think when we assign the driver, let's set this dot driver. So let's see. Assign driver. Let us just set this dot driver to equal drivers random index.
Yeah.
That should fix the issue. Okay, still an error. In calculate cost.
Kill, someone's trying to join.
Okay, I'm just
But yes.
Okay. Let me just uncollapse everything and just search for where we're using this dot driver. So look, the first function we run is assign driver, right, over here. Oh, wait, we're calculating cost first. Let's see what we're doing in calculate cost. We're calculating distance. And when we're calculating distance, I don't think, that's because we're trying to access this driver when it's null. So you're right, Asif, I think we need to assign the driver first. Right, so we'll assign the driver first. Once we've assigned the driver, we'll calculate the cost. So I'll just add calculating cost, and let's run that. Oh, we've got an error. That's because we don't have Uber Ride. Okay, yeah, because we need to initialize Uber Ride up there. Finding your driver, calculating cost. Cool. So it worked. So basically, I think I'll just print statement in the wrong place, but we calculated the distance, we got the cost, we got the assigned driver, we got the assigned car. And then once the ride is complete, the account balances are updated. Awesome. So I guess that brings us to the end of this app, guys. Asif, did I miss anything?
No, I think now it's done.
Yeah. That was a. Oh. Let's try Excel. So the distance is 10.6 kilometers. The cost is 158 Rand. Lonwabo is our driver. We got BMW X5 blue color with that number plate. And then the ride is complete. And then we updated the account balances here. And that's it. That is a simple version of our Uber app. Of course, this app has a lot of limitations and it can be expanded so nicely. Like, I think the next thing that we'll do, like Asif and I will talk more about this, but maybe tomorrow we can start working on, maybe the first half of tomorrow, you guys can just sort of try to understand this. And tomorrow we'll create the authentication system so that when we're updating the prices and stuff, we're actually changing data in an actual file, which would serve as our database. Cool.
Wait, Akhil, before we do that, I think we have to discuss about that auth system before we give it to them. So if maybe we'll do that, or we might do a different project like Instagram or something. But we'll have to see what we can do.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out.
Guys,
would you guys like to expand on this app, or would you guys like to try a different clone?
Because now you guys are going to be doing it on your own, right? So you're going to make teams of you, right? Maybe teams of 2 or teams of 3, and you will be using live share and Zoom together, working together in a team. Maybe the whole day will be spent in the Zoom call, like how we've been spending the webinars. That's what we're looking at for the next few days.
Just this week until you guys are like comfortable with Java.
So this week we're planning not to have any deliverables. The only deliverables you'll have to be doing are the ones that you'll be creating these apps, and you'll be doing that in groups during the day. So there's no like extra stuff, like all our deliverables on the calendar, just ignore them for this week.
Let me push this up.
So yeah, let's push it.
Completed. Yeah. Cool. So now if you guys want to actually track the code on GitHub, and like if you want to just try code this from scratch, let me show you a nice little trick you could do. You could actually, where's commits? I think you go to the branch. And sorry, I'm just looking for all the commits.
8 commits.
So you can see all the different commits that we've made, and then you can see like at the different, each of these commits will be like a specific snapshot. So you guys can actually clone from a specific, using the specific ID, you can clone the repository, right? So yeah, I mean, do you guys have any questions before we end off the session? As we said, that was going to be a quick one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Robin, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Wondering how the teams, do we pick teams? Do you pick teams? How are the teams being divided? Because like coding is difficult enough as it is, and like we all code differently. And if you don't have a team that understands you and where you're coming from and how it works, you know, it can be even more complicated. So I was just curious about that.
I think Asif and I will talk more about it. The thing is, we want to mimic it with industry. So we'll definitely let you guys know.
Okay.
Before we actually do the team selection. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Cool, cool, cool. Any other questions?
I don't think anybody has any questions, right? But yeah, so guys, this is what you want to do now. So the session's over. It's quite short, right? I think you guys still have some time for the day. So now I recommend you guys to go back to your stations, workstations, clone the repo, play around with it, and watch the videos. The videos will be uploaded right now on YouTube. So watch the videos and then code along. Uh, code along with Akil, and just like get the app working on your understand what's happening, how the objects were created, uh, how functions were assigned, why we use static, where we use void, um, and how we were debugging and testing throughout the whole process. So it's your turn now to build this thing from scratch, right, on your own, to understand OOP better. And the deadline for this is tomorrow, 12 p.m. Because after 12 p.m. we're going to start a new project, right, with you guys tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, guys, I'll put this deadline on Google Classroom as well, so you can submit your GitHub repo as well.
Actually, just want to try something right now. So like, I'm just going
So
to
don't copy a link. Yes, so basically what I'm saying is don't clone Akil's thing and submit Akil's OOP code, right? Like I want you guys to write this from scratch on your own. Follow the breakdown at the beginning of the whole before we start coding, right? We done like a UML diagram where we broke down the classes, what's inheriting what's the abstract class, right? We mixed all those concepts and put them into one function, one working application, a real world application, right? So that's what you want to do, is just like code along, right? Upload your work to GitHub, right? And I want to see commits. So every time something is working, everything is good, make commits, right? Like how Akil was doing, and upload your GitHub repo on class. Right? Yes, it is. And I'll upload this on Classroom as well. I want to drop a message on the group. Great. Okay, just once again, how are you guys feeling about Java again? Like after doing this project, like we just finished the whole. What are you guys feeling now? Please unmute yourself and talk if you have anything to say. It'd be great to listen to you guys.
Sorry, guys, I just want to point something out. So basically, I mean, before feedback, basically what I just did right now is I cloned the repository, and I used this git clone command to clone the repository. And then after that, I checked out to a new branch, right? So you can use something called branching in Git. And in that new branch, I basically used that hash code. So I got that hash code from my list of commits over here so that I can just clone into that specific version, right, in this branch, right? And I opened up the code. Sorry, where did the code go? I think I closed it. I opened up the code. And it was showing me that version of code. So it's like, once you're done with this branch and you feel like, I just wanted you guys to know that that's possible. You can clone into us. You can check out a specific version of code without having to clone repositories again and again. Okay. So that's just a tip to help you guys. So you can see here, we didn't do the JSON stuff yet. And then if I like check out to a different branch, so if I do git checkout -b after JSON, where did we do? I think here, that was after JSON. And I put the code and hit enter. I switched to the new branch, and you can see now I have my JSON code and my Visual Studio Code even updated. And then if I do git branch, you can see all my different branches. And yeah, that's pretty much it with using branches. It's a helpful trick you can use. Cool, so now we can move on to feedback.
Yeah, feedback. Please speak up, guys. It'd be great to hear you guys speak.
I'm gonna end the recording here.